Hey traders, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I made 6% in my trading account in just one day. This was following a very simple day trading strategy that I used to trade two different pairs. I'm going to break it down with you on the charts in just a moment. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Emily, and on Mindfully Trading, I share my journey as I grow and develop as a trader, as well as educational tips along the way. I've been trading for over 5 years now, and I trade two different accounts. I trade my personal live account with the IC markets, and I also trade a prop trading account with a prop firm, the 5%ers. If you're not sure what a prop firm is, I'll talk more about it later in this video. Meanwhile, there is also a separate video with more information and a link in the description below. Remember to like, subscribe, comment with any questions, and let's get straight into the content. Before I jump onto the charts and show you the trade that I used to generate 6% profits, I've just hopped onto my trading platform here in MetaTrader 5 so that you can see the real trading data. As you can see here, I took 3 different positions. 2 of them were on Euro USD. Now, one of them was actually a loss here, but I made up for it with the second trade, which generated 3R profits. And then the final trade was on pound dollar, and this generated 4% profits. And this is a classic example of trading where you cannot choose to just not lose. You have to accept the losers. But in this case, this is a really nice profit loss ratio where the winners by far outweigh the losers. But how exactly did I win these trades? Well, I will take you back to the day that I took these winning trades, which was indeed on Wednesday, the 17th of July, 24. And my trading strategy combines different factors. It is strongly rooted in analysing price action, the movement of price, the candlesticks, market structure, and to do that I always start with the daily time frame. And as you can see here, looking in our most recent price action on the daily, price has been moving up. We have been making higher lows and higher highs. We made a high last week, but so far this week, Monday and Tuesday, price has been pulling back. Now, Tuesday's candlestick was very interesting because it broke the low of the previous day, but the body closed above, making this pin bar, rejecting this institutional price level here and giving the indication that it wants to push up. And moving to a faster time frame, here I am on the 15-minute time frame. This is the time frame that I prefer to use to plan my intraday trades. And you can see here that this was the Friday, the highest swing of this trend. On the Monday and the Tuesday, we saw this pullback. In fact, price tried to attempt a breakout here of the high on the Monday, but it failed with mirror bars. It came back in. Since then, it sold off. And at this point, I thought it wasn't clear whether we were going to get a deeper pullback or whether we were going to get a breakout, and so I was waiting. But the key point for me in waiting was news release. On the Wednesday morning at 7 o'clock GMT, there was big news release being announced for the pound. Let's find out some more information. I always refer to the website forexfactory.com for my news release because it is free and it gives all the information that you need. I clicked on the calendar here, and as you can see, Wednesday the 17th of July, 7 o'clock, pound was CPI news release, the Consumer Price Index. And so before that news was released at 7 a.m, I was sitting firmly on my hands, not wanting to get into a trade either way. But as you can see, CPI was released and it was actually higher than the forecast, which means that it was good news for the pound. And as a result, that pushed up the currency. Let's have a look at more detail. Now I've jumped to a very fast time frame here, the 1 minute time frame, and I'm going to just add one more detail before we unleash the 7 o'clock candlestick, and that is this little indicator I like to use, the daily high and low. And it just shows the previous daily high, which was this blue horizontal line here. And what my strategy utilizes is a break of these key daily levels where I would then look to get in for a position. In this case, I am wondering if price is going to break this high. 7 o'clock came, the news was released, it was good news for the pound, it pushed up pound dollar. So the London session opened and immediately price action shot up, breaking and closing above the previous daily high. And from this simple bit of price action, this is where I calculated my entry for a trade long. But I didn't want to just buy here at the breakout. I wanted to buy lower down so that I could get a better stop placement and try to gain more profit. How do I find out where to get in for a long? Well, I utilize this tool, the Fibonacci retracement tool. It's one of my favorite tools for calculating a position once I know which direction I want to trade in. And I use it from the bottom of the intraday candlesticks and drop it at the high of the body of the push up in this case. And it gives these three lines here. These are the three lines, the optimum trade entry levels, which are the 62%, 70%, and 79% levels. Utilizing the Fibonacci sequence, and for me, I have backtested and used the strategy many times to verify its accuracy for my personal trading plan. If you've not got a trading plan, you should probably get one. I've got a link below in the description where you can download a free trading plan, so make sure you check that out. Once I'd established the Fibonacci retracement, I placed an order just above these levels here, and my stop was firmly below these levels. Now I used a larger stop here just to have it safely placed below the low of the day. And for my target, I actually jumped back up to a larger time frame, the 15-minute time frame, to calculate where I thought price was likely to move to. Well, I was looking for a breakout of these levels for sure, which would have given me my 1.5R. But then I thought that there was potential for price to head towards the next institutional price level. But at the same time, I didn't want to be too greedy and aim for too far, so I basically set a 4R target, which was just above this shaded area. Now this is a fair value gap from the daily time frame, and I thought the chances were that price would like to fill this area. It's a gap on the daily, and gaps usually act like magnets for price action. They like to be filled. So I placed my target just above this level. However, to best manage this trade, I utilized trade alerts on my TradingView platform, and I set an alert at key little checkpoint areas throughout my trades journey, which was the 1% target, 2%, 3%, and then finally my set target at 4%. And this enables me to trail a profit stop. So every time price hits my checkpoint, it goes a little bit further in profit. I raise my stop up, making sure that I'm not going to walk away with nothing. So I've dropped to a 5-minute time frame here just so that you can see in more detail how the trade played out. And as you can see, initially there was a little bit of hesitation, but we got a nice breakout and it trended really beautifully for the morning during the London session. And although I did trail my profit stops along the way, I went to break even, and then as price pushed up, I trailed my stop underneath each key pullback here. Unfortunately, price was very kind to me. It didn't pull back. There was no choppy action. It just trended nicely to my target. It doesn't always happen, but it's wonderful when it does. And this resulted in a 4R win, which is 4% in my live account and a little bit less in the 5%ers because I risk a little bit less per trade, but it was still a brilliant winner regardless. And just coming out of backtesting mode, returning to the present day, you can see that this was the trade I took this week, my main trade. I did take a couple of trades Monday, which won with a small amount, and then I took a couple Tuesday, which lost with a small amount. So I basically was break even until I took this trade. But I think I caught the nicest piece of momentum that was this week before we had this sell-off. Alongside the winning trade on pound dollar, I also took 2 trades on Euro USD, as you saw in my broker. 1 loss and 1 win, and here is a screenshot of that trade now. It is pretty much the same premise as for pound dollar because the euro was working a little bit in sympathy with the pound. We got a breakout, although it wasn't with momentum, we still got a breakout of the previous daily high, and so I set an order, but my first order was a little bit too aggressive. It was too close to this level, so it meant my stop wasn't in the best position. It was level with the previous pullback, whereas it probably should have been just underneath, which is why I set another entry here. Now this was using 2 half-size positions to reduce my risk, and I'm glad I did that because obviously the first trade didn't work out, but the second trade did. It came close to my stop, but it held, and in the end I got some nice profit. Could have got some more, but I'm happy with what I got. And I'm showing you this screenshot because the trade that I took on pound dollar looks pretty picture perfect in my opinion. It's textbook, and it's neat, and it's beautiful, and it doesn't always work like that. More often than not, it's more like Euro USD where you lose and then the next trade comes very close to stop before you win, but you could have made more. And there's all these little niggly things with trading that can sometimes put you down, but it's part of trading and it's so important to embrace them, learn from them and grow and just constantly improve your ability as an effective trader. For those of you who are interested in my journey with the prop firm, the 5%ers, I'm just going to talk a little bit about that now. So the 5%ers offer a few different challenges on their website. They have high stakes, bootcamp, and the hyper growth program. I'm currently enrolled in the hyper growth program where you have to basically pass a challenge, which means meeting a profit target. In my case, that's $2,000, starting with a $20,000 account size, whilst respecting the rules, which involves a max loss of 6% on the account. Now, if I can do that, then I can get access to their fully funded account of $20,000 and I can continue to trade, make money and scale that up, or at least that is my goal. But I'm still working my way through the program. I have been this year. It's taken me some time because alongside this, I'm also juggling life with 2 small children, a toddler and a baby, and not a lot of sleep. So decision making has been challenging and I'm just quite happy to be carrying on with this program in the meantime. But recently I've actually been going through a rough period with my trading. I have been battling trading psychology, taking some unnecessary losers, and so I am still digging myself out of that slight hole, which is where this equity curve is kind of going sideways a little bit. This week has certainly helped push me back up to my highs here, heading towards my target. Now the dashboard has actually had a facelift. It looks a bit different, but it's quite easy to see that the profit target is here, the daily pause is here, and inactive days. And what I love about the program is there is no max time to carry out the challenge. I can take as long as I want. There is no countdown timer, and that relieves so much stress and pressure from carrying out this program. And it's why I always recommend this program if you're thinking about having a go at a prop firm for yourself. I certainly recommend the 5%ers. Do check out my other video with more information, or if you feel ready to have a look at their website, there's a link below in the description. I hope that you've enjoyed this recap on my week. Please let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like it, and more importantly, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. Bye.